Between 1985 and 1986, 5 women were mysteriously murdered in Honolulu, Hawaii. All 5 victims' corpses were found in bodies of water in different locations around the area. The killer's profile was of an opportunist who attacked women who were vulnerable, such as at bus stops. A suspect was interrogated and even failed a lie detector test, but ultimately he was not charged for the murders.
In December of 1996, the body of 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey was found in the basement of her parents' home, a mere 8 hours after she was reported missing. The official cause of death was asphyxia due to strangulation associated with cranial cerebral trauma. The girl's death sparked public outrage, as many believed that JonBenet's parents themselves were responsible for her death. Nearly 2 decades later, the case remains unsolved, and the child's parents have been ruled out as suspects.
Between 1972 and 1974, several black children were murdered by an unidentified person who was dubbed Charlie Chopoff. His first victim was 8-year-old Douglas Owens. The boy was found stabbed nearly 40 times with his genitals mutilated. A man named Erno Soto claimed to be responsible for murdering the boys. However, the police found reasons to deem this a false confession. He was never charged. The case has since gone cold.
For nearly 2 years in the early 1970s, San Francisco was plagued with the unexplained murders of 14 men. The man who is believed to be responsible has been dubbed the Doodler, because of his habit of sketching out his victims before sleeping with them and then stabbing them to death. There were 3 men who survived an encounter with the Doodler. However, these men chose not to testify in court out of fear of public backlash. To this day, the Doodler remains a free man.
In 1993, the bodies of 3 8-year-old boys was found in a muddy creek in Arkansas. The boys were mutilated and hogtied with their own shoelaces. 3 teenagers, Damian Eccles, Jesse Miskelly, and Jason Baldwin, were charged and imprisoned for the murders without proper evidence. Eccles was sentenced to death, while the other 2 boys got life in prison. They were dubbed the West Memphis Three by the public. Many, including actor Johnny Depp, believe that they were not responsible for the crime. In 2007, new forensic evidence pointed the blame even further away from the now infamous West Memphis Three. A witness who testified against the boys back in the 90s also came forward and admitted that everything she said to the police was simply a fabrication. After serving nearly 2 decades behind bars, the 3 now middle-aged men were released from prison. The actual killer of those 3 young boys is still free today, and that disgusts me.